Okay, hello everybody. I'm Conquering History Games, and welcome to the start of a new live streaming campaign here on the channel. Today we are going to be making our way toward playing the Republic of Texas. I'm going to be kind of moving a little bit quickly until we actually get to Texas, and I cannot guarantee how long this stream is actually going to go because right before I started this, I got a notification. My boss let me know, hey, you're 5 a.m. tomorrow. So that's fun. So this will not be a particularly long stream. Let's see here. So that's gonna be fun. Okay, let me play the game, and we are almost off to the races. Hold on. Let's just take care of a couple of small things. Set that up, and let's see, we got unassigned divisions, whatever. Hello, everybody. Hello, Daniel, Major, Nick Hooper, Marlon Sock, and San Gids. Had no idea Link was Texan. Hit refresh. I've said this to people before, but I don't know why, because, okay, whenever you're going to do a live stream, YouTube gives you the option to, wait, hold on. To reuse the settings from your last live stream, so that way you don't have to get a brand new Steam key every single time that you stream. So I usually just do that. But, hold on. Hey, Cactus Jack. So, then before you actually set up the schedule, it lets you change the thumbnail. But then every time I do that, it just reverts anyway. So then I have to change the thumbnail before I put it up, and then again after I put it up anyway. So you usually have to just hit refresh after it's come up, and then the thumbnail will fix itself. All right, that's all. All right. All right, Kerensky has been killed, and they say there's no post-January 1st, 1936 canon in the Kaiserreich world. Voting rights on the litigation council, yeah, whatever. Yeah, we're just off to the races now. Crime spree is sweeping the nation. Can't spare anything right now. Let's get this up. Let's get the construction. Let's get the probably a land doctrine of some kind. What do we want to do? Grand battle plan? Yeah, let's just do grand battle plan. Okay, and there we go. Oh, looks like we still have some free stuff there then. We're already maxed out in these areas. I guess right there then. Working El Paso. Hello, Socialist Dragon. Wow, thank you very much for the super chat to launch the stream. That perked me right up after the annoying message I had gotten. So it says, what kind of Texas are we going to do? Asking as a Texan. We are going to be doing Mr. Lyndon Baines Johnson as the president of our republic. And yeah, now we should be seeing the little tink 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 into the silver. Wait, what's the latency at? Okay, it's at low latency. I need to go to low, whatever. Hey, LBJ, how many kids do you kill today? Let me tell you something. The only thing we're going to do with them kids is we're going to lift them out of poverty. Texas socialist, he's an imposter. So I guess let's talk about Texas stuff over the course of this campaign, especially as we head to, as we're just kind of killing some time right now. So one of the things that I find kind of interesting when you look at the demographics of Texas voting, I'm talking about in the modern day, not that I want to get dragged down in modern day politics too much, is that Texans, like native Texans, actually tend to vote to the left, but they have this reputation of being Republicans. But it's actually people who move to Texas, and there's quite a lot of them. It's a big state. A lot of people come in here. They want to, see the greatness. They're the ones who actually trend voting Republican. Now, I'm not saying where I stand on these things, of course, but this is one of those interesting little fun facts. There it is, the stock market crash. You can never escape poverty. LBJ's gonna have something to say about that! Let's see, we got the Air Force debate here. I don't know. What do we want to do here? Goodness gracious, this is a big old tree. Black Monday's now hitting America. United Fruit Company can now become the Nat Pops of Guatemala and create their own super newsy banana empire in Central America. Let's see here. We need some SpongeBob Texas memes. Alright, so I, of course, am the guy who literally made the video on how to become Texas, so I think that I'm going to do this right. I believe the first thing we have to say is that a coalition would debase the democratic system. No coalition, and that's pretty much all that matters until we get to Election Day. So we're just on 5 speed, and we're off to the races. American general down in Honduras, you say? Yeah, I've heard these things. But thank you very much, Socialist Dragon, for the Super Chat donation. Much appreciated. Charles Coughlin's radio broadcasts. Yeah, shut him down. Increases authoritarian democracies, and we want stuff. Say, Erection Day, you say? Did I say Erection Day? Must have been a slip of the tongue. It's a slip of the forked tongue. And you know what we're going to do, because I'm going to have to go to bed really early, like as soon as this stream is over. I need to sleep. I am going to go get something to drink, because alcohol is a depressant, and so it should help me sleep. And that's medicinal. It's healthy, right? When I use it that way. Anyway, I'll be right back. Will I play the New Order Redux when it comes up? Is that a thing? I have not heard of such a thing. Be right back. Okay, I'm back, guys. You're ready for the port? Yeah, I wasn't super prepared for the start of this stream, because I thought I was gonna, start a little bit later. But yeah, I saw that. We have 5 a.m. start time. Well, shit! I already said I was gonna stream tonight, didn't I? Okay. All right. Now here comes the booze pour. That first pour was water. Republican nomination disagreement. Who really cares? Redo is a remaster for TNO that integrates different submods, and it looks very interesting. Well, it's the first I've heard of it, but I might give it a try. Of course, I want to start diversifying the channel. Having said that, we are going to have plenty of Hearts of Iron 4. So, for example, I've still got my... hold on a sec. Let me get a sip. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. But so I'm still continuing with uploading my the New Order campaign, the United States one. Right now we're John Glenn, and so I've got another. There's quite a lot. There's still quite a few episodes left in that series. Also, immediately after this stream, and by immediately I mean within a half hour, I'm going to be starting uploading a new series that I've completed. The first episode will go live. I meant to do that in the middle of the day today, but I got distracted doing other things. The main thing that I was doing is I was recording the first 10 episodes of another brand new Hearts of Iron 4 series, which I will upload once I'm done with it, which I'm moving along pretty quickly in that. Whatever. Let's see, status of the U.S. Navy. Whatevs. What's even available for me to select? Oh yeah, reintroduce the Garner-Wagner bill. Oh yeah, I think this is a new thing that got chosen. 4 more years. A new thing that's been patched in, I meant to say. Yeah, this is if Herbert Hoover manages to win the election. But I think if I was going to do a Herbert Hoover campaign in this mod, I think, I could be wrong, I think there's a way for him to get in charge of Liberia. Thank you very much, Socialist Dragon, for the gold super chat. Oh my. Says, sorry, had to get food. I heard that nearly 50% of Texans had a positive view of socialism. Thoughts? Also been listening to Woody Guthrie and Phil Oakes. Well, I haven't looked at those kind of stats recently enough, and also the word socialism is misused so much in the United States that I wouldn't trust any poll saying how much anybody loves or hates socialism in the United States. Of course, definitely one thing we learned definitively in 2020 is that the so-called science of polls is a bunch of bullshit, and that Nate Silver needs to be whipped through the streets. This has nothing to do with me agreeing or disagreeing with who he thinks will win political fights, but it's just how dead wrong he is, and the people like him. So I'm not saying we need to kill anybody. We're just going to whip them through the streets a little bit so people know that they're bad at their jobs. Anyway, Ohio scandal, whatever. But Woody Guthrie's fun. Phil Oakes is fun. Phil Oakes, of course, he's the one who wrote the here's to the state of Mississippi. Yeah, right. Wisconsin was going to go by 17 points to Biden. Do you guys remember that? Actually, I think it was 18 points. Yeah. And Woody Guthrie is, of course, he's just a classic, man. Classic folk singer. So anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, Democratic nomination. The damn Democrats went with John Gardner. And what was I talking about beforehand? Oh yeah, somebody was asking if I was going to do the New Order LBJ run in the future. Yes, I would like to do one. But I've been consistently seeing that there's sometimes issues with how LBJ runs in the New Order now, where opposite things will happen compared to what the events are saying is happening, and just little problems like that. So probably wait until it's patched up a little bit. Plenty of other stuff to play. But thank you very much for the super chats. What else was I saying though? Yeah. So basically, today, if you're somebody who watches every single thing that I put up on the channel, you're going to see 3 different Hearts of Iron 4 series. Let's see. Senators are breaking ranks. Whatever. Hello there, MacArthur Caesar. Let's see. You got John Steinbeck's In Dubious Battle from the library. That got me in the right headspace for watching this playthrough. John Steinbeck is quite definitely one of the great American authors. I certainly recommend, if you only if you only read one of his books, it should be East of Eden, but East of Eden is very thick and it's long, it's dense as well. So maybe it's not the best place to start, but it's because Grapes of Wrath, like he was a socially minded writer. I had a friend who his father was a Steinbeck fan, and growing up at one point his father said, "Hey, you should read Grapes of Wrath, it's really interesting." And his son was, and so my friend, the son, was reading it, and he was like, "This is communism, Dad!" Which is like the so Steinbeck of course wrote Of Mice and Men. I guess Of Mice and Men is the one that should be read because it's short. Like if you're going to read one Steinbeck, you start there. But East of Eden is absolutely beautiful, gorgeous book, vivid imagery. Okay, May Day riots. Just what else? Let's see. 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 Let's National Populace. We don't want the socialists to get strong, so yeah, we're gonna flip that. Okay. Let's get the industry up and running. We're already doing a land doctrine thing. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Oh, electronic engineering. How could I forget that? We're gonna ground pound Trudeau. Are you a Watson fan? Let's see here. I was laughing so hard. Somebody did an animation of Amelia Watson in like her little blanket, and she was, I guess somebody had asked her to do it, and she goes, "Oh, I guess you are my little teammates. Come here." And then she just goes, "You just want the clip. You just want the clip so you can post it and make money." Oh man, just funny. Can I play mucus during the stream? Like the stuff that comes out of your nose? Alright, Black Monday's getting modified. Yeah, we finished the Trudeau stuff. That was in the Wallace campaign anyway. Okay, we need a change. We need a draft Hoover. Yeah, this is new. This was not a thing before. Anyway. Curtis's nomination or whatever. Oh my, chat's starting to move fast, which I also always like to see. If they start talking secession, go Andrew Jackson on them and inform such seditious senators and representatives of what tree you'll be using to hang them from. But we are going to be seceding. We're going to be... That's the point of the campaign. We're going to be forming the Republic of Texas. Let's make the socialists weaker. Tythorn says, I remember reading that the Soviet government showed the movie version of The Grapes of Wrath. Do you know if that's true? What do you mean? Like they made it mandatory viewing in the schools or something? What does that mean? Well, yeah, desegregation now, desegregation tomorrow, desegregation forever. Henry Wallace. Yeah, Henry Wallace went through the Deep South and said some progressive things. Turns out, people didn't vote for him when he said things they didn't like. What are we going to go work on now? Who's the fighting liberal? George Norris, huh? Yeah, there's been some new stuff added in the last couple patches, I think. Let's demand the repayment of the war debts. Grapes of Borscht. Well, East of Eden is good, and East of Eden is also kind of a classic movie. But the movie only covers a part of the book because the story of East of Eden covers multiple generations because it starts like of a family or two families really, but it's the increased radicalization. So like it starts in the Northeast during the Civil War, and then by the time the book ends, you're in California in the 1930s. So East of Eden, the movie, the famous one with James Dean, just covers like the stuff at the end, and not even all of that. That's out in California. Okay, another super chat. Thank you very much. He says, before the American Civil War, 1861 to 1865, or that way that I know you're talking about this timeline, Civil War. Didn't the Texas governor of the time not want to get involved? Yeah, there was a lot of different hesitation in different spaces. So, yeah, like, where do I begin? You of course had, oh, there's the alert. Thank you very much. So, yeah, not everybody in the South universally wanted to secede. Obviously, the most famous example would be West Virginia. West Virginia breaks away from the rest of Virginia because they don't want to be in the Confederacy. But there were other little patches here and there in the South that broke away. There was the Free State of Joneses in the Deep South that they seceded, and then the Confederate government tried to put them down. A lot of hypocrisy in the Confederacy. Like, this is about states' rights. The federal government should never tell the states what to do. Also, we're enacting a federal draft. And conscription. It's the law. The states can't avoid it. Let's see here. Sure, let's do artillery. Okay. Is Mexico going nationalist? I don't know. Right now they got Pancho Villa. Canada says no for paying debts. Canada, give me money now. No. Can this get any worse? There we go. Stick another drink. Yeah, Sam Houston, really interesting dude. Great Texan, obviously. He's almost like the Texan George. Yeah, you could say he's like the Texan George Washington, sort of. Independence Day address. Speaking of the nation, he can restore order to the nation. Leave it be. Progressives flock from the GOP. It's a grand old party. It's a high-flying party. And a high-flying party is what we are. Alright, Far Eastern Republic of Transmers going on there. Kolchak, yeah, with the different portrait. Austin was the Texan George Washington. I'd say Austin was more like the Texan John Adams. Of course, you know, these parallels are never completely correct. Yep. You're absolutely right about the Fugitive Slave Act. Yep. Uh-huh. I see Tenbray says, is there a way for West Virginia and Virginia to reunify? And then right under MacArthur Caesar going, only I can restore the USA. Yeah. Sam Houston sounds pretty based. He was pretty based. A lot of those Texas founders were. Of course, then you get into the awkward stuff with a lot of them wanting to be slave owners, which Mexico didn't allow. Then they become a little less based, but everybody at the Alamo automatically gets based status. They all get booked into the Hall of Awesome automatically. Herbert Hoover's running again. This ought to be fun. Fighting in Arkansas. Yeah, counter the Klan so that way the AUS gets stronger. The only Austin I recognize from Texas is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Well, Texas has a history of a lot of great wrestlers coming out of there. A bit of a variety. Of course, what a lot of people would say are two of the all-time greats. Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker are both from Texas. Let's see, hold on a sec. Lieutenant Governor has been assassinated. Hit the Klan again. What was I saying? Yeah, so there was Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. There's Mark Henry. Stone Cold Steve Austin's from Texas. Hold on a sec. Poland is electing a new king. Give me a second. The Von Erich family. Hello. Lance Archer. Paul London. Dick Murdoch's from Texas. Who else? Frickin' Stevie Ray. And of course, Mark Calloway from Texas came back after being missing for like 30 years. Yeah. What was I saying? Wait. I got freaking lost my train of thought there for a second. JBL. Keith Lee. Big old Keith Lee. I believe that he's from Texas. But I was going to say somebody else. Jake the Snake Roberts. Booker T. You know, Mr. Spinaroonie. That guy's going to be mayor of Houston one day. I'm calling that now, by the way. Oh, you have Lance Von Erich's book? That's neat. That's pretty cool. Dusty Rhodes, The American Dream. He's from Texas. I think Tully Blanchard's from Texas, but we don't claim her. The Carolinas can have her. Actually, no, it's her father. Her father is the one who's from Texas. The Hawking Plan. Yeah, based in Minneapolis. I heard that like Bret Hart's got a bio that's coming soon, an autobiography that's coming out soon, but some of it leaked, and the guy who leaked it was doing excerpts from the book, and there was this one part where I was just going, "Oh my God, is Bret Hart's wife still alive? I kind of hope she's dead so she doesn't hear about this." So I guess like his current or like, okay, so this was many decades ago. So Bret Hart is this Canadian wrestler, and he was wrestling in Canada. Things are about to get very graphic, by the way, so get ready for this shit. So he was out in Japan, and he had married. No, he wasn't married, but he was dating the girl who was eventually, or the woman who was eventually going to become his wife. And so like all the other wrestlers would go out and have crazy parties, and then go, you know, bang hookers and stuff. And he wouldn't do that because, you know, he was a taken man. But then she dumped him over the phone, and so then like a couple of weeks later he goes out, and does he have sex with some local women? No. Does he go bang a hooker? No. He goes to some seedy underground place and allegedly, like, this is, why would he lie about this? So it was some place where you wouldn't have sex with the women, but you would pay them to bathe you, and they would do it with their pussies. I get, like, they would soap them up and then rub it all over you, and they would bathe him that way. And it was just like, my God, it would be like less sexual if they had just had sex. Somehow this is so much lewder and worse. And I just was thinking that, like, is he still married? Like, is he a widower? Like, what the fuck? This is his autobiography. Yeah. Hold on a sec. Something happened to Canada. What? Look at that. What a wow. I should add a cowboy hat to my face cam. You know what? That's not the worst idea I've ever heard. Give me a second. Liberia asks for aid. 10 Bravification says, your wrestling stories are alien to me. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Pro wrestling is something that millions of people in just the United States alone enjoy. And, yet it's like so isolated from the rest of the world. Like, do you guys remember when a bunch of Americans were taken hostage in Saudi Arabia in 2019 for like 24 hours? I bet you don't, but that's a thing that happened. But they were all professional wrestlers. Oh, thank you very much for the super chat donation. Yellow Rose of Texas is an interesting song. Also, that's called Foreplay CHG. Well, I think he said he didn't have sex with him. It was just like this hedonistic thing he did. Who's in charge down here? It's Charles King, the Social Conservatives. I don't know if the Masons are still there or not. Yeah. Yeah, the whole Saudi, but yeah, it's just one of those things that, like, if it happens in pro wrestling, nobody really talks about it. Yeah, Canada's buying Cuban cigars. Yeah. Edward VIII got that drip. Goodness gracious. Alright, I'm supposed to be looking for a cowboy hat. Oh, perfect! Perfect. I think I found the perfect one. Give me a second. Holy crap, this is huge! It's 8,000 by 5827. Why does anybody need a cowboy hat thing that big? Let's not, actually, we can't use that. It's giving me some sort of error. Hold on. Let me find something else to use. Can we use this? No. Okay. This'll work. All right, so let's see here. Cowboy hat. So yeah, Unification War is starting. We know who's gonna win. Would Cotton Hill from King of the Hill be in this mod? Well, he'd be young. Imperial General says you actually own one of Lyndon B. Johnson's hats. No kidding. Wow. Wait, hold on a sec. Let me just pull up this image. Give me a moment. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see, kind of center it. Not perfect. Right about there. Yeah, kind of covering one eye. Just, hey there, little lady. Okay, hey, Jamie Butterworth. Feels like it's been a little while since I've seen you around. Still on our way to November. Buy a vaquero hat. I was about to bring up the vaqueros. So yeah, the vaqueros were basically Mexican cowboys, and they had been doing cowboy shit like hundreds of years before the Americans in the Wild West came along. Oh, I selected the wrong one. That just made the American First Party weaker. I didn't mean to do that. CHG VTuber win. I've already got my face cam there in the corner. Yeah, it's a big hat. Well, everything's bigger in Texas, Sangans. Come on, bro. Get it. Funnily enough, you're in the local Gulf Coast independent wrestling scene. It's fun as hell. Way better, in my opinion, than the big names. Well, yeah, that's usually how it goes. You know, the big names, they've got different priorities. When you're in your local places, you can just have fun, you know? Let's see. The American Cowboy is more of a Hollywood invention than the Midway stuff. Dude, even pre-Hollywood, like the novels and stuff. Freaking, I'm trying to remember the stat I once read, but it was like in the 1880s, 1890s, more people were shot and killed in Washington, would be killed in like Washington D.C. in a month than died in like Tombstone's whole history or something, you know, or like different big Wild West towns. Hey, Numbskull. Let's see here. Sup, man? First stream I've ever watched from you. Currently playing Bukarina Komi in the New Order. Hope you're having fun in Kaiserreich Redo. Yeah. We just gotta actually get to Texas first. You're also a ring announcer. Oh my god! Stop everything! Are you serious right now? Hold on. I just got a red super chat, guys. Are you serious? From Jeebus Christ, who just donated $100. There it is. Wow. I'm sorry. I've never gotten a single super chat that big. So he says, now you could buy the new Hyrule Warriors. Okay, well, wow. I guess that's the least I could do is put some aside. Okay, so next sale, I'll pick up the Calamity thing. And we can all simp over Impa fighting, because apparently she looks just like I'm blanking out on her name right now. Jeebus Christ, are you a regular subscriber? I've never seen you around here before. You just came in and dropped the cash. Sorry, distracted. Guess we should keep moving with the stream, but thank you so very much. Extremely generous of you. Wow. Or I should say, yeehaw! So, yes, praise be to Jeebus. Okay, yeah, Calamity Warriors, or what, Age of Calamity. We'll keep an eye out for it. Wait, nope, that's not what I meant to research. Whenever's the next sale, I'll put it on my wish list, and when I promise you, next sale I'll pick it up. Say the line. What line? Oh wait, because do I need to do some Woody Guthrie because we're doing Texas? So yeah. Hold on a sec. Let me try to remember the lines. In honor of the blessing from Jeebus Christ. Jesus Christ was a man who traveled through the land, a hard-working man and brave. He said to the rich, give your money to the poor, but they laid Jesus Christ in his grave. Jesus was a man, a carpenter by hand, his followers true and brave. One dirty little coward called Jesus Iscariot has laid Jesus Christ in his grave. He went to the preacher, he went to the sheriff, he told them all the same. Sell all of your jewelry and give it to the poor, and they laid Jesus Christ in his grave. Jesus was a man and a carpenter by hand. His followers were true and brave. And one dirty little coward called Jesus Iscariot has laid Jesus Christ in his grave. Wait, what? Hold on. Oh my gosh, Jesus Christ with another. Oh, there's the Lord. Oh, whoa. Just Mo Money. Holy crap. Goodness gracious, Mo Money. I see that the Bitcoin came in, huh? Or what are the kids investing in these days? Oh my gosh. Did I say Jesus Iscariot? Freaking little flabbergasted right now. I'm blanking out. Hold on. I've done 2 red super chats in a single day. Tesla, that was the meme last year. I fucking hate Elon Musk, by the way. What a just for myriad of reasons. Mostly because he's annoying, actually, even though he's also a bad guy. But wow, thank you. That money sees she's gonna buy a new PC. Oh no, this PC's been trucking along pretty dang well since 2017, I think. Goodness. Thank you, Jeebus. Well, we got to finish the song. Where was I? Okay, I did the second chorus, and they lay Jesus Christ in his grave. Oh yeah. When Jesus came to town, all the working folks around believed what he did say. But the bankers and the preachers, they nailed him on the cross, and they laid Jesus Christ in his grave. Hold on, this is actually important. Whoa. Not that the song's not important, but... Alright, hold on a sec. 19... Oh, shoot, wait, no, spoilers! Spoilers! Ah! Don't look at the saves! Okay. Hold on. Okay. There we go. So we got another, alright, another super chat. Is there anything with the Texas Rangers in the political tree? Yes, I believe there is, actually. We'll have to see. Let's see, yeah, Cactus Jack is John Nance Garner. Yep, you're absolutely right. And then Mick Foley, would use the name later. Where was I? Okay, so we want to elect, the longest of the dongs. Bomber Monkey retract! Freaking... Yeah, we want to elect Long Dong. Yeah, Mrs. Garner's baby boy. Working on his 15th concussion. And we don't feed Christians to the lions anymore. So instead, we're going to throw him off a cell. The electors are dividing the majority. We're going to take this to the Supreme Court. So let's... Hold on. Let's pause this. We're going to finish the Woody Guthrie song. When Jesus come to town, all the working folks around believed what he did say. But the bankers and the preachers, they nailed him on the cross, and they laid Jesus Christ in his grave. And Jesus was a man and a carpenter by hand, his followers true and brave. One dirty little coward called Judas Iscariot has laid Jesus Christ in his grave. And the people held their breath when they heard about his death. Everybody wondered why. It was the big landlord and the soldiers that they hired to nail Jesus Christ in the sky. 'Cause Jesus was a man, a carpenter by hand, his followers true and brave. One dirty little coward called Judas Iscariot has laid Jesus Christ in his grave. This song was written in New York City, of rich man, preacher, and slave. If Jesus was to preach what he preached in Galilee, they would lay poor Jesus in his grave. Alright, hold on. Chat's going crazy. People are cooming for long in his long dong. Were there bankers in ancient Roman times? It depends on how you define these things. CHG, check the left KMT's focus tree. You can have the Mao foreign minister rule China and a really cursed Chinese political figure. So what, this is different in Kaiserredux then? It's been a little while since I played the left KMT. Autarky. The Generalissimo has arrived, risen from the dead. What is the friggin' zombie shows up or what? Fate of Dai Chongfeng. We're going to be talking a lot of China in the near future. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, we got some based chads in the chat tonight. Absolutely no doubt about that. But that's what Texas does to people. Jesus got that mega push, but then he was buried by God. Dude, he was buried by the Pharisees and the Sadducees. It was just classic handicap match tactics, bro. You know, but that's why he still went over. You know, he got pinned and crucified clean. Well, actually, no, they did him dirty. They cheated. It was a whole dusty finish at the trial. But, Jesus still went over. He still popped the crowd when he came back 3 days later. It was great. It's like, that guy's almost at the level of Tanahashi, man. Supreme Court's decision. No, they have no obligation. Resurrection. Jesus was a lich. Best book of the Bible. I'll tell you, it's an underrated book of the Bible, the Song of Solomon, which I'm going to pull up right now to kill some time. Let's see. Let me just, a little bit of romance, So let's see here. We're gonna go to so this is about Solomon and his bride. Let's jump to chapter 4, I think. And Jesus Christ, Jeebus Christ, with another red super chat, dude. The power of Texas is insane right now. It says the Republic of Texas is a fun path. Wow. This is pod racing. I don't even know what to say. Jeebus Christ. Like, I don't think I might have seen your name before in the chats, but geez, just coming in here and running wild. I hope. Wow. Yeah, the IRS is going to be... Stick Cooper says, IRS is going to be up your ass, CHG. Yeah, are you laundering money with me somehow? Is that a thing? I don't know. Whew. All proceeds go into the Great Society. Great Society confirmed. Well, we're going to have to do something extra special for our friend Jeebus Christ here. I'm gonna have another song for him. Dun, 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 dun. Bleeding Texas is going on. Here we go. This one is for Jeebus. Jeebus is Vince McMahon. He's like, I love this kid. It's some good shit. Anyway, this one goes out to not just Jeebus Christ, but to him. But everybody who's donating out in the super chats tonight, in the chat tonight. Boy, can't you see what I do to get your attention and your time? I don't bear these fruits for just anyone. They bounce for you. Ha ha! I won't let go of the hope that one day your heart could be all mine. So I play it cool, be smooth, strike a sexy pose and wait for you to see. Notice me. Thank you, Icy Nomad. But then again, it seems you're such a shy boy, scared to look my way when I'm trying to show you I care. Yahoo, Yahoo, Sun Yat-sen, think of us together under parasols, lying on the beach without a care at all. And I'll be whispering sweet nothings in your ear. No, 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 no one else could ever love you more than me. I love you so much that it's embarrassing. Don't you see? Look me in the eyes and tell me you don't want to give these melons of mine a squeeze. Holy crap. We're getting a rainbow up there in the super chat line. We've got yellows, we've got reds, we've got, I don't even know what you'd call that. It's not, is it salmon maybe? Maybe not salmon, it's a little too red. Texas World Conquest, Marlin Sock, Icy Nomad, everybody, thank you so very much. Okay, we're hopefully Pink, yeah, cursed song. Oh, ain't nothing cursed. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you upset that I'm not doing? Oh, geez, the live stream was just freaking out for a second. It's like we can't do it. Let's see. Jeebus Christ says you just got extra money today and you're 26. Well, like it's your birthday? Happy birthday. All right. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, too much work to deal with Texas. They can't handle Texas out here. Wow, but thank you very much to everybody, especially you. And yeah, and I noticed you, Icy Nomad. Hey, by the way, anybody know the song that I was say where that was from? Because that has that song Snowstorm as well, which is kind of fitting for Icy Nomad. You know, there is a snowstorm, and it's melting the walls of my heart. Is that how it goes? There is a snowstorm. And I'm a prisoner of passion. But yeah, this is crazy. This is the most... Everything's bigger in Texas. This is definitely the most super chat I believe I've ever had in a single run. Thank you. And Marlin Sock, you didn't. I don't know if it was an accident, but you didn't post any message with yours. I don't know if you wanted to say anything, request something, whatever. Yeah, we live in a great society, and this great society is gonna be pushed forward by none other than James Allred, who's considering resigning. Absolutely not, bro. You are gonna stay. You're far too based, much like everybody in the chat. We live in a great society. So did they really drop that line in the Joker movie, by the way? I never saw it, probably never will, but I heard. We live in a Texas, bottom text. Yeah. Was that Rosarian Vampire? Oh, yeah. I know a couple of the songs from there. Let's see here. Support for Texas independence grows. Yeah. Proof you should do more Texas-based videos. You're going to prepare the firing squad for that singing. Oh, goodness. Fine, if you don't want singing, then I could instead do some... Oh, Socialist Dragon asks via Super Chat, am I going to join the Entente or the Internationale? Well, you know what? I don't remember the Texas tree supremely well. So, because the save file got broken, they did an update right after I started it, I think. So we want to do this President Long thing eventually. I think we technically have to wait. There's a photo of Roosevelt and LBJ shaking hands with Aldred in the middle. LBJ later had Aldred brushed out. Well, you know, people say they think it's gross when this came up when we were doing the Justin Trudeau fan fictions. But they're saying, oh, I think it's gross, you know, when we sexualize the politicians. And I brought up a LBJ quote, that quote being, Roosevelt was a daddy to me always. So, hey, history ain't always pretty. Let's see, can we get a Waco 2.0? Oh, gosh. But yeah, Rosario Vampire was dubbed in the USA with the songs and all. Yeah, like the second opening, there was the disco lady, deep emotion, deep emotion. Let's see. If you sing in your workplace, will they also donate money to you? From 10 Bravification with a 7.25. Thank you very much. LBJ body pillow. Whew, oh goodness. No, I don't think they would like it very much if I sung at work. On the other hand, we've got total psychos who blast their music on speakers while they load their trucks. So, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, how does discotheque go? It's like, sweetie, darling. Actually, I don't think the whole thing ever got dubbed in English. It's like, sweetie, darling, or the mashukira, da 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 da. Beauty lady, da na 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 na. Yeah, actually, no, I don't think they ever did that in an English dub. But it goes the churi 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 ba da ba. Da 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 da. Yeah, that's a catchy thing. Texas 2, Ye Harder. Martin Rodriguez giving me bad images in my head. The anger sharks are swimming. Texas should just join Texas. Exactly. The Entente or the Internationale should be asking to join me, not the other way around. Did Britain change their color because they seem more pink than usual? Let me see. A little bit. It might just be because of the comparison to the Commune of France below. Socialist Dragon, do I work for the post office or did? Yeah, I do work for the post office. And in fact, I have to get up at 5 a.m. Actually, before 5 a.m. I'm going to have to get up at like 3:30 to do things before work. But yeah, my shift is going to start at 5 a.m. Which I probably shouldn't say. You never know who's listening is going to break into my apartment or something. We'll see. I don't know. With all the super chats, maybe I could just ditch my job and do this full time. Just do Texas streams every day. 100 years, TexasStreams.com. But wow, seriously, incredibly generous, Jesus Christ. I'm glad, I feel honored that, and everybody who's donated, there's been others as well, but I feel honored whenever anybody donates to me like that. And even like the smaller donations, I won't name the names, I don't want to like call specific people out, but even when like people give a couple bucks, because people donate $2, they'll donate $5, $10, smaller amounts, and that's fine. Freaking just become a Texas channel, conquering Texas games. All I do is play Texas themed games. But freaking, yeah, because it's like one of the YouTubers who, gosh, I haven't even seen his stuff in ages. I don't even know if he's still putting things up. Now I just thought about it. I haven't watched him in like a year. But Mini a True Nerd has always been really inspirational for me for how many people he manages to draw to his Patreon, and he also makes really great content. But I think on his Patreon, and this was a while back, freaking, he had like, because you can have different tiers of Patreon supporters, and there was one that was like, he called it like the Netflix level or something, because it was whatever Netflix cost at the time, $8 a month or whatever, and he was like, he's like, it was his top tier, I think, and he's like, you were telling me that I provide you as much entertainment or more as a Netflix account, which kind of makes sense, really, because it's like, how many hours a day do you watch a channel, maybe compared to like watching Netflix or something. Yeah. Oh yeah, minus 100 stability and almost minus 400 political power. It's called Kaiserredux, JJ. Heard of it? No, kidding. New Hope for Alaska. What has America ever done for us? So we can see that happen. That'll be fun. Texas-based OnlyFans account. It's just pictures of me and Texas things, like wearing a cowboy hat, wearing boots and stuff. So here's a funny thing with OnlyFans that is also connected to wrestling. So some of you may have heard at some point last year about... here we go. Okay, we're going to break off soon now. About the WWE was doing this thing where they were going to say that like their so-called independent contractors had to give them the money from their like Twitch streams and stuff like that. because they're saying like, oh, we own your physical appearance and your real name and stuff, and it was this whole ugly thing. But there was this one, and some of them were like, okay, I'll give the WWE my Twitch money, and then they'll distribute it back to me how they see fit. And not just Twitch, there was also like, what's the thing where you can pay people to like pay celebrities to tell you happy birthday or send messages to your friends and family. Cameo? I think it's Cameo. It's something with a C. And they were so there was this one Selena Vega. Was it Selena? I think it was Selena Vega, who she like basically a lot of the women were super against it because they would make serious freaking money on like these OnlyFans accounts and stuff like that. Like Paige, who was the one, she had that movie about her a few years ago. I think Paige was making like, what was it I had heard? Over $30,000 a month just on her OnlyFans and Twitch or something like that. It was something freaking crazy. So Zelina ended up getting fired about it. And so I was on the internet the next day and people were arguing about why did she really get fired. And some people were saying like, well, she got fired because of the Twitch thing. And then people were going, no. She's been arguing publicly with the WWE about the Twitch thing for weeks and they didn't fire her. They fired her because she tweeted out that she was in favor of unionization. And then other people were saying, well, no, you're both wrong. She got fired not because she wouldn't give her revenue, but because she was on OnlyFans, and you can't go on OnlyFans. And it's like, well, why can't they have employees that are on OnlyFans? It's like, well, there's family companies that sponsor WWE, so they can't have WWE wrestlers taking part in pornographic sites. And then so somebody, and this is all leading to something. Hold on a second. Assembling the cabinet. Doesn't even matter. Because we got Bleeding Texas. So then somebody says, you can't. Yeah, she was using OnlyFans, which is a porno site, and they can't have their people doing that while they're getting funded by family companies, candy companies or whatever. And then somebody says, OnlyFans isn't only for porn, because apparently, I don't know. I've never gotten an OnlyFans account. I don't have one. I've never bought access to one, but apparently her OnlyFans was just her like in cosplay or whatever. I don't know, like, if there was nipple, but anyway. And then so somebody says OnlyFans isn't just for pornography, and then somebody come back says, yeah, and ASMR isn't for jerking off. And that just completely derailed the conversation in the corner of the internet that I was in, where it's now, we're not talking about unions, we're not talking about wrestling, we're not talking about Twitch. It just became, somebody was going, do Americans jerk off while listening to ASMR? And it just was only about ASMR and if it's a sex thing or not. And so people are arguing back and forth. And it was going, it's like, my God, Americans are sick. And then people were going, no, it's not true. I don't jerk off to it. I just listen to it so I feel like I have a girlfriend. Oh, no, dude, no. And it was just this whole, it was just the whole, it just turned into a complete hilarious shit show. Yeah, let's see. 10 Brafication is voting that the viewers unionize. So if you unionize, where do the dues go? I could just collect them. Alright, old Democratic Party is going to lose power. We're just waiting for the trigger of the Civil War, which should happen soon since we're doing the Huey Long thing. The ASMR thing. Now, I have a friend who has... who insists, he calls ASMR pornography for asexual people. The Long Order. There's only, I think, one ASMR person I ever listened to, and I don't even remember his name. But it was because he would do his so-called ASMR was just history lectures. Let me try to find him. What's up, JJ Dumb Stuff? Okay, here we go. Yeah. So the guy I would sometimes listen to, his name is The French Whisperer ASMR. Oh my gosh, he's got almost 200,000 subscribers. Good for him. So he'll do just like history lessons. So it looks like 4 days ago, he did a 3-hour thing, over 3-hour things, talking about the Age of Napoleon. All right. Dun 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 dun. Mustafa Ali is currently going after the hornies on Twitter. Does that mean like he's rejecting them or he's farming them? Mustafa Ali is supposed to be a pretty cool guy, I've always heard. I really wanted him to beat Cedric Alexander a couple of WrestleManias ago when they had that heart versus soul match, and yet I knew in my heart that it wasn't time. It was Cedric Alexander's time. But Ali, he had so much momentum. What his career could have been if he hadn't gotten hurt and then Kofi took his spot. Like one of the... Oh, who cares what I'm researching? We're about to switch over. Am I going to bet on Logan Paul versus Mayweather? Is that a thing? Is that going to happen? All right. MacArthur in the Army just removed Long. Research the oil. Do it for Texas. As Texas, we will research oil. But we're about to switch over anyway. Let's see. Illegal referendum in Texas. We are going to say... Hold on a sec. I think we're supposed to say we're in no position to stop this, but let me just be absolutely sure. I don't want to blow it here because it took us like an hour to get here. What's ASMR? It stands for like audio sensory muscular response or something. It's supposed to be... It's like people whisper in a mic or they make noises in a mic, and allegedly it like creates an interesting sensation, like a tingling. I've never felt it. I tried it when I heard about it. Oh my gosh, another red super chat. Holy crap. Who said, okay, Socialist Dragon saying, to the true boys and girls in blue, Benjamin Franklin is a great founding father. The post office is a cornerstone of the U.S. FedEx, Amazon, and UPS need to be nationalized and integrate into the United States post office. Yeah, I wonder how some of my coworkers would feel about that, because I remember I was working, me and another guy, but wow, first off, thank you very, very much. I was in one of the 2-ton vehicles last week, I think, and we were listening to recordings of Rain Showers Doesn't Count. Maybe, I don't know, but we were driving around, and a FedEx truck came up the same street as us, and he's this guy, he's an older guy, and he just goes, "Oh, they're trying to come take my job!" It was just really funny. Let's see, Franco Bertini says, a socialist donating to a private entrepreneur, ironic. Yeah, UPS donate, we take care of a lot of Amazon stuff. I don't know if you guys know this, but because I'm constantly surprised when I'm out delivering on Sundays that people go, what? The post office delivers on Sundays? But the post office only delivers Amazon on Sundays. It's 100% just the parcels. Yeah. See, good night, Jamie Butherworth. Take care. Curious for the TNO aesthetic anime Pix mod you're hinting at. Oh, it's a coming. I don't want to say a hard date, but it's a coming. All right, we're in no position to stop them. President Long is declaring the American Union state. We're going to stand by the Republic, even though we just elected Long. That's just how it works. This is how you get to Texas. I didn't make the rules. I just play by them. Post office with a state. What? Hold on. The USA should just turn into a country run by the USPS. So, I haven't completely verified this yet. I've not been working for the U.S. Postal Service that long, but your typical LLVs, the vans that are like kind of the stereotypical mailman van, allegedly, I have not 100% verified this yet, but allegedly, there has not been a new one of those vans made since 1994. Tim Kajar says, can you opt out of working on Sundays? Well, it's kind of complicated. Short answer is... Okay. If I was asked, can I opt out of working on Sundays, it would be one of those things where it's yes with an if or a no with a but. But yeah, so like the vans we drive are just 1994, and they just maintain them. Now, a friend of mine who's not in the post office at all, when I first joined it, he was curious and he started researching them, and he found out that it would cost like a certain amount of billions of dollars to replace the entire United States Postal Service fleet, like all the vehicles in the whole country, and it was like it was like billions of dollars. But he is like, but the efficiency gain in fuel and, you know, not having to keep repairing these broken down vehicles and stuff, it would pay for itself in like 2 months. That's what he was telling me anyway. But as anybody who watches the news knows, the U.S. Postal Service is not exactly very popular in the country right now. Or actually now we have a new administration, so we'll see how that goes. But not that I'm saying I'm for or against the new or old administrations. I'm just talking about on USPS, the writings on the wall. It's just an obvious thing. So, yeah, it's Bill Clinton presidency old. That was his first term old. Dester's begun. We're going to keep standing by the Republic, and it's about to happen, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Well, tenderification. Again, I'm not talking about whether I'm for or against giving more funding to government things. What I'm just saying is, like, what my friend was telling me, it's one of those things that, like, you might have to drop a certain amount of money to replace all the vehicles in the United States Postal Service, but it would pay for itself very quickly. So if you're one of those people that's like, well, I want to reduce the funding. Okay, then we do a big down payment and come back. Hey, oh, more super chat says, don't forget that Congress is trying to hamstring the U.S. Postal Service. Yeah, I'm aware of these things. Hold on, let's wait for the alert. I keep going to make a save file and fix some stuff right when you guys are donating, so I feel like I'm covering up your alerts by accident, or at least part of them, so let's wait on that. There it is. Thank you very much. Into the cognac tip glass, which runneth over. You know what? So, cheers everybody, we're going to do a second shot. This one is in celebration and in thanks to all of you. Cheers everybody, wherever you are. And, everybody is equal under Texas. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Fifth Crusade says, Marlin Sock, Socialist Dragon, Ice Nomad, Tenderification, and Jeebus are super based. Yeah, exactly, Franco. That's what I'm saying. Like, it costs more money to keep fixing something that's broken than just get a new version. And of course, sometimes it's cheaper with other things to just keep repairing something that's old. Kimochi. All right. Now, we're going to go to my... covering up the state secrets one. Okay. And remember, guys, there's going to be a brand new series starting after today's live stream. It should be going live within a half hour after we finish here. We'll probably only be going for less than an hour more. Hold on a second. Texas leaving. Just because, yeah, I do have to get up early. Okay. Alright. Let's do that. Wait, nope, that's the wrong one. Here we go. Yes. Yep, a brand new series. Brand new series will be starting up soon. So what's this? Pacific governors are declaring an emergency. Alright, guys, here comes the super event. This is what we've all been waiting for. The Lone Star rises! Wait, where is it? Standoff in America. We're not getting the super event. Shoot. Hold on. New Texas rises. Second Republic. Wait. Okay, I guess the super event's not happening. We need to grab... Not everything's bigger in Texas. The National Guard. Here we go. The National Guard is now the only thing protecting Texas from chaos. The other factions are preparing to fight. If we have even a shot at staying independent, we need the National Guard. Alright, we're not getting the super event for some reason. Extremely unbased. Let's get the industry up and running. I don't know if Mexico is going to make a play for us. Let's try to get a military factory going, I guess. Okay, we want... No, not the armored car. Infantry equipment. No, there's super... For Kaiserredux. No, there are super events. There's a super event for when Texas goes independent. I've seen it. Okay, that, and that. And, sure, motorized, why not? Okay. We're getting some factories. Our trade influence is too low. Shoot. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, we probably just need to let a day go by. We're at midnight. Second Northern Expedition. There it is! Today on... Fuck. Today on the March 24th, 1937, almost 100 years after we originally became independent, the state of Texas as a whole declared itself independent from the United States of America. As the state of the Union is rapidly deteriorating, many expected Texas to join the American Union state. However, expectations have been blown away by the Second Texas Republic, which is rapidly attempting to arm itself and rebuild the Texan state from its ruin. The Texan people are hopeful for their reestablished state, but the future has not yet been revealed. The Republic is born anew. Texans are loyal to Texas and nobody else. Second Northern Expedition is happening. I don't think Alaska has broken off. It should, though. And there's the Western Command Center, Omar Bradley. So they're like a puppet thing. There's Alaska leaving as well. Oh, we'll read it. Why not? Ever since William Seward purchased Alaska from Russia, the area has been economically exploited and unequally treated. And as the push for statehood grew to no avail, the people of Texas began to question their loyalty. The reasons to stay with the rapidly collapsing nation became fewer by the day, and the push for breaking off America grew increasingly strong, and now Alaska has become free. Why should Alaska fight for America? They never fought for, probably supposed to say us. New dawn for the last frontier. Mexican raids, they're challenging our stuff. Next time, bring the tanks. The Second Republic. Yeah, so this is perfect. This is perfect. We're going to make another save file right now because something happened that I wanted to happen. Mexico just snatched away a part of us. So now we get to get a war goal on Texas. So hold on. Texas-based start. Shoot, forgot to cover up the state secrets. Where was I? Texas regaining its independence was not something that most suspected, but something that the world needs to remember. Texas always puts Texas interests first. Texas will always be loyal to Texas and the Texan people. That is why we are called the Lone Star State. But remember this. Remember how the government failed us. Remember them putting their own selfish interests in front of us. We made the grave mistake of joining the pitiful Union back in the 1840s, and we are determined to never make that mistake again. Texas! Forever! Cheers! So, the Mexican states took El Paso and the Trans-Pecos region away from us. They shall pay, for we will remember the Alamo. No doubt, no doubt. So we've got James Aldridge in charge. I guess we'll read his little thing here for posterity. Aldridge has had a... interesting career. My cat was just looking at me weird, making that noise. I'm alright, Caesar. He was a Democrat at first. He was an ally of the establishment. He was a man of the left, farther left than his Democratic base. Once Texas was plunged into chaos, a weary sense grew in Allred, a sense that something was not right in America. As the Texas independence movement grew, instead of shutting down the debate, he opened it. He eventually gained the traction to hold a referendum, one that overwhelmingly passed. He saw Washington fail at defending his home. He saw them sell Texas's future. And once the momentum was present, he abandoned the federal government and became the leader of a reborn republic. He's currently the leader of the Texas Independence Party, but he is barely holding on to power. So in National Spirit, we've got the Texaco monopoly, which hurts our daily political power gain by half a point. Looks like a bubble boy. One oil company has dominated the market. Texaco has a massive amount of sway in the government. They can set prices at whatever they want, and most politicians are in their pocket. So this is going to increase the support for paternal autocrats and national populists. Fuel gain for oil minus 60%. Resource gain efficiency though plus 15%. Daily political power gain minus 50%. Then we've got bleeding Texas, but I think it's going to go away. I gotta put some chapstick on. Hold on, where's my chapstick? Gotta keep my lips smooth for y'all. Huh. Okay. So we gotta do this National Guard thing. The first thing we have to do is we gotta survive the war, guys. That's before anything else. The AUS is, of course, going to be coming for us. We're going to have some bad times. No, the lips are chapped. We're trying to... Or I guess... wait a minute. What? Got confused. Cav, right? Get the cowboys! Yeehaw! I'm just freaking my cat out. He's going, what are these noises you were making? I hate it. Do I have to wait till midnight for some more of this stuff to come through? So we have something here where we can restore the borders of 1988. This is, or 1848, where we basically get Greater Texas. We can also eventually form the United States of Western America if we control the proper regions, and then we could later also form the Confederate States of America again if we control the proper regions. But this is the American Civil War. It's a huge mess in Kaiserredux. Oh, how we tore the dress being the country, what a mess. Oh yeah, baby, there's that National Guard. Get on the borders, quick. Defend Texas, boys! Now, who's our field marshal? We have Bruce Palmer and Ira Eaker. I don't like that he's politically connected. Yeah, so we'll go with Bruce Palmer, our cavalry officer and organizer. Did I ever show a Caesar pic? No, I have not. I want to at some point, but I'm gonna have to like wear a full body suit before somebody tries to look in the reflections of his eyes when I take a picture of him and dox me somehow. All right. Let's see, the Yellow Rose of Texas. I'm gonna call these the Rose Boys. Whoop. Okay, close that. And for our regular commander, Chenault, right? Actually, do we have another Cav guy? Yeah. Truscott! Yes! Yes, Lucian Truscott. Excellent. Hold on. Cavalry leader. Good. What's up with the Western Command Center? It's because they're just a puppet of the federal government. So this was basically a way to show federalist control of these areas in the United States. But then now they're not going to suffer from... this is what I'm guessing the concept was. Is that now we're not going to have... they're not going to all run out of supply because they're not physically connected to Washington. What's happening in China? The Qing are attacking the left Kuomintang. Shandong clique is looking strong. This is one of the better portraits of Puyi I think I've ever seen. And the Ma clique is defeating the Mongolian Khanate rather handily, probably because Tibet's not also coming after them. Okay, so we did the National Guard thing. What do we got here? National plans will fix bleeding Texas. We got modern military thinking. Let's modernize the arms production methods. Alexa in Texas. I don't know. Alaska, Texas unification. I don't know. On the one hand, Texans and Alaskans get along with each other, but on the other hand, they sometimes have issues. For example, there's this T-shirt that it says Texans better shut up, and it's got a picture of Alaska, or we're gonna cut our state in half and make Texas the third biggest state. Okay. The Yellow Rose of Texas. Here we go! Get to the front lines, boys. Quickly, 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 quickly. Yeah. Alright, right now we're just trying to get to the front lines. Although, can we, oh, we're actually not technically at war right now. So that's good. That gives us time to prepare. We're mostly up there in the panhandle, though. Doesn't look super good, I think. Yeah, we just can't. You know what? This isn't going to work. We need to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, shoot, I hate this, but we got to do it. We got to do it. Something like that. I don't know how we're going to be able to really push them back. Here we go. And then I think what we'll do is delete this order and prepare to make a quick drive for New Orleans if we get the chance, because we are, I think, only going to be at war with the American Union State. Or did they just leave us alone? Maybe just nobody's going to mess with me. Are the rest of them at war with each other? No, no, no. All hell hasn't broken loose just yet. Loose, excuse me. India's exploding. By the way, check out who's in charge of the Raj Authority, looking like freaking Porky Pig. Is it just me? Am I the only one who sees it? Who's in charge of Transmer right now? It's Mikhail Dieterichs. So what do you guys think of the Ma Click? Has anybody ever seen a Ma Click game of Hearts of Iron? Anybody out there done that? Seize Oklahoma! Guys, why don't we get events that whenever we enter new states, we get like the native Texans rising up and forming a division? Yeah, Churchill's in charge of India. There goes the Guangxi military government, been killed by Guangdong. So earlier I was talking about how it's good that Mexico took Trans-Pecos from us, because then that creates the option for us to take, yeah, border crisis is now done. So you can now interact with Mexico here. Subjugate the Sooners. The Boomer Sooners. Having said that, a couple of the better college football games I've ever seen in my life involved the Oklahoma Sooners. When's Commando Gandhi gonna assassinate Churchill? Yeah. Hey, Alexander Kelly. It is pretty cool. Were you here earlier? Did you see the insane avalanche of super chats? Not that I'm complaining about it. It's freaking awesome. I truly feel humbled by it. I really do, guys. It's one of those things where I go, damn, people care that much. I need to continue to step up to the plate. So everybody's going to war with everybody, but I think technically we're not at war with anybody yet. Staying cool, staying frosty. Shoot, we don't have steel. Ugh. Look, I need to prove to myself that I'm worth it. The giant is asleep for good. Oh, it's like I need to just do something here. Great. Got it. How much do I plan on conquering? You know what? I don't even know. I don't have like a hard goal for this series. It's going to be hard for us to even stay alive. Do I have a favorite college football team? Oh, I don't know. It was a little difficult to keep up with sports this last year. But Notre Dame's fun. They still use tight ends. Of course, I like the Aggies. The New Mexico State University Aggies. You know, the state universities were founded by Abraham Lincoln. You're welcome, America. Cool, so we just got some more factories. Very nice, but we've got a serious problem with availability of steel. We can trade with the combined syndicates if we wanted. You know what? I will, because they'll attack the people who border us. But did they patch things? Does Texas just run away? Like, we just get to be isolated for a while? Nobody wants to mess with us because there's bigger fish to fry? Daniel Pecci says, can't sleep over here in the UK. Hope you're having a good one, CHG. Well, thank you. I am doing extremely well. Let's see. Something, the Ma are going on a rampage. Well, they puppeted Mongolia as the society that's great been achieved yet. We're working on it. Yeah, everyone's scared of the Lone Star. They don't want none. All right. I'm really starting to think they're just not going to attack us. So, should we start doing some of the Republic stuff? We can get let's get a military factories going. You know what they say? Everything's bigger in Texas. Zoop. I said your last name right? Oh, that's great. I'm glad I did. Why would they be scared of Chile? Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's check in on our brothers in South Texas here. They got rid of the Lone Star. We hates them forever. Anyway, what was I got distracted. But yeah, I'm doing well. Got a lot recorded today, and we're going to be launching a new series after this stream, so I'm excited for that. I hope you guys like it. It's one I've been wanting to do for a while. Taking down the Dallas Klan. Despite their friendly relationship with the Constitutional American Republic, the Texaco Oil Company has helped with taking down the Klan, stating that terrorism is bad for business. There you go. But freaking up in the UK, you said you couldn't sleep. Dude, I get that, man. The other day, I fell asleep at... I tried to go to bed kind of early that particular night. Went to sleep at a little bit after 9 p.m. Ended up waking up before 2 in the morning. And I just stayed up for several hours. What finally let me go to sleep was... I'd been up... I think it was like approaching 6 o'clock. So I guess, yeah, I'd been up for over 4 hours. And I thought, okay, I guess I'm up for the day. Let me have breakfast. And I made myself some really warm stew. And I had a bowl of that and then got back into bed. And that, I guess it warmed me up and made me sleepy and comfortable. And I managed to go back to sleep. Felt really good then. I'll tell you, though, in Kaiserredux, even though this has, one of the gimmicks of this mod is supposed to be that, there's all these different weird paths you can take. I've never, at least that I can remember, I have never not seen the Russia go Russian state under Savinkov. It happens every time I've played. And then the tree ends up looking smaller than base Kaiserreich, but I think there's other things that can open up. Oh wait, there it is. There's all this stuff. Force open the straits, but I don't know. I haven't tried to play Russia myself. I don't know if there's other things or stuff. Oh, there's coups. Oh, okay. Did Mexico take part of Texas? Yep. They went over here and they took the. This is not the. What is it? This is the Rio Grande. And this is it's not Trinity River. I should know this. I live in Texas. Oh yeah, they just pushed the border back to a different river line. Hey there, Player Production says, yo, you can't have a stream without me here. Well, now you're here. We were gonna keep streaming until you showed up, man. Let's dismiss that. Yeah, I think they just didn't want none. You know, they didn't want no part of Texas up in there. Okay. Okay, Daniel says the Kaiserredux Savinkov portrait is low-key better than the regular one. That's really interesting because usually in the community people just go, if it has a hat, it's automatically better, and yet it's in the base game that he has the hat, and here he does not, and yet you say it's better. Curious. All factions except Texas independence. Holy crap. With the infighting and the chaos surrounding the Second American Civil War, no faction wants to go through the pain of invading us. In a conference today, leaders from the combined syndicates, the Union State, the Constitutionalists, and the United States have met and unilaterally accepted our independence. Get fucked, everybody. Holy shit. They didn't want none. They're like, they're all going to war. It's like, every man a king. It's like, this is, and then, the Chicago, this is the Second American Revolution. And it goes, there will be order. I'll be back in the West again. It's like, we are the last bastions of American democracy. The Klan did nothing wrong. And they all came together and then just went, yeah, so Texas broke away and became independent. How do we feel about that? And they all just looked at each other around the table and said, fair, yeah, fair. And they're just all looking around at each other, yeah. Turns into a screaming match with Texas being ignored. No, they just was like, yeah, Texas formed a republic. It's like, well, Texas is pretty based. They should be their own country. It's like, I know, right? And then the whole meeting is just them talking about how freaking awesome Texas is and how they should really have been thankful that Texas agreed to be part of the Union for as long as they did. But can we get a yeehaw in chat for an independent Texas? Yeah. So, hold on. Let's go into state secret mode again and create a save file. Send the rich Texan from The Simpsons. Okay. Back to the live stream. Alright, now then, everything's bigger in Texas, and so we gonna have our big old factories, and now we can focus on the true, that is not a Texas accent. I guess I should just talk normally, because I'm from Texas, right? So however I speak is a Texas accent by default. Yes, I'm liking those yeehaws that I say. So, and that I'm seeing in the chat. But when I went to go visit Dublin, Ireland a few years ago, I remember on more than one occasion, because I didn't go alone. We were both from Texas, but on more than one occasion, we would go somewhere, a museum, a bar, whatever, and then we'd just talk, and then someone would say, "Oh, are you from Texas?" They would just know. And yet I'm sure if we went into East Texas, they would hear us speak and they'd know, oh, y'all ain't from East Texas, are you? You ain't no Histonians. So it's just kind of funny. MacArthur Caesar says he shall never surrender. Hey, MacArthur, I guess we can maybe root for you to win. Who cares, right? You're your own country. Do your own thing. CHG never turned into Dusty Rhodes. Well, Dusty Rhodes, as you know, is a Texan himself. And he was so sweet, But he didn't do no jobs to no United States of America, daddy. This is Texas. We're our own republic, see? Oh, man. Texas will have, the best wrestling in the... it'll be, the wrestling country ever. King of the Hill premieres on the radio. A new radio show is taking the nation abuzz. King of the Hill tells the story of Hank Hill and his family and their struggles as a Texas family. He works for a propane company and often hosts neighborhood barbecues. While the relatively dry humor has turned some off, the ratings are favorable and the Texas public seems to enjoy it. Socialist Dragon says, you should try to make peace with Mexico due to Texas having Mexican culture within it because of the Tejanos. That is an excellent point, Socialist Dragon, and there is so much of a tie-in between Texas and Mexican culture. I could talk about it for hours. But that's why we're going to incorporate Mexico into Texas. But let's see, how could they tell I'm from Texas you have a normal American accent? Well, apparently they knew. Let's see. But yeah, that boy ain't right. Yeah, King of the Hill is great. I didn't appreciate it enough when I was younger, but when I got older, yeah, it's a doggone documentary, man. You get dang old single man went down there. Yeah, but it's good. It is. It is the if you like anime and you want to see an anime based on Texas, just watch King of the Hill. I'm really glad though it didn't get relaunched because there was a lot of rumors about it getting relaunched back when the Trump administration began here in the United States, and it's like and the owner was like we could then critique the Trump administration. It's just. No, I don't want King of the Hill to come back and be political, and I know it was sometimes political in the original run, but it's like, it's a slice of life about Texas. It's not about politics, and I don't want it's like American Dad. American Dad sucks for the first few seasons, because it's just all... XD, Republicans are stupid, right, guys? XD. And then, like, when season 6 hits, though, that's when American Dad gets good. Because the Futurama writers, because Futurama was over, they went and they started working for American Dad. And so, like, they brought over Ken Keller and some of the others, and you're like, who's Ken Keller? Let me put it this way. If you've ever watched an episode of Futurama and you felt like you were going to cry, Ken Keller wrote it. He, is Hank Hill waifu material. I think the proper word for when it's a man is husbando. Now, how strong is Mexico right now? Mexico's got potentially 32 divisions. Holy crap. Okay, so we're going to need to build up a little bit. If I recall correctly, some of the deadliest civil wars for Mexico came about due to the disputes between regional government and the central government. Are you discussing the Mexican Revolution? The Mexican Revolution is insane. I like to call it the Finnegan's Wake of revolutions. Just it gets, there's so many, just so weird. Husbando sounds more Spanish than Japanese, if you ask me. That's really funny, Numbskull, because I got a friend who... And it's kind of interesting because he's like a real internet guy. He likes to keep up with pop culture. But I remember we were once all chatting on our Discord, and the subject of waifus came up, and I was just making jokes, and then I said the term husbando, and he just goes, "You shut the fuck up, Conquering History Games. That's not a thing. You thought I made the term up." It's like, that's Spanish. That ain't Japanese. It's like, well, it's all just weird weeb English slang. Okay, so I think once we start doing the Second Republic, we can do elections. So let's get to that. Let's get LBJ in office, baby! And because we're only going to be streaming for like 20 more minutes. The Texas states have failed to protect Texans. It is evident that the U.S. never cared for us. It was a grave mistake joining the United States in the 1850s. That should say 40s. We are determined to never repeat that mistake. Then again, it depends on how you consider things, because like some would say that Mexico and the United States went to war because Texas joined the United States, and so then it kind of eliminated that. But we're not going to get into that. Like with the U.S. war with Mexico, I've literally presented papers at conferences about the U.S. war with Mexico. It's really interesting, but let's just keep going. We're almost out of factories. Isn't it a running gag that the leaders of any Mexican Civil War may never make it through said war? Oh, yeah, it's crazy, man. You wonder if Dusty Rhodes' dad was still a plumber if he gets conscripted. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say earlier. Gosh, like, the Republic of Texas is going to become world-renowned for the quality of its wrestling federations, because you're going to have the Von Erich family, the Rhodes family, Mark Calloway, Steve Austin, everybody we talked about before. But they're all just in their own country now. Yeah, Guthrie. Oh, we'll see Guthrie. Don't worry. Guthrie shows up on this path. Who's in charge for the social liberals again? I don't even know. I forget right now. There's Gardner. Can you become ANCAP Texas led by Texaco? I think so, actually. Polk wanted a war, he was going to get it. Yeah, Polk is kind of an interesting figure because he's one of those people that he just will usually get a drive-by in how he's treated in like a U.S. history class where it's just like, well, he had his 4 goals and he did his 4 goals, so he's great. And so like most people would say, Polk was one of the great American presidents. I'm not going to say whether he was or not because that's going to turn into a political thing, but like... It's those things, well, he did things very effectively, but then did the things that he do, were they right, I guess you can say? Because, he invaded Mexico. Oh, it's like we're looking for the thing. So it's like it'd be like one of those things where if people say like, oh, you know, Hitler, he was very effective. No, that's not a right comparison to make. Yeah, here we go. Power to the oil barons. The cowardly government has gotten in the way of our profits. We had no choice but to remove them. Yeah. Do I know who trained Waldo von Erich? Not off the top of my head. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Franco. I forgot to check Argentina. I'm sorry. Polk was on the warpath. Oh yeah. Polk was really interesting. He was also, you could also argue that he was like progressive for his time because his wife was, I don't want to say that she was like his co-president. That would be too strong of a term. See, the Patagonians are making their move. I definitely want to play the Patagonians at some point. See how things go with them. Oh, this is unique. This is redo material, isn't it? Fontes coup. Beyond banditry, might is right. What is all of this? Goodness. The Von Erichs, though, very, very sad family. Everything that happened to them. I don't remember if it was he was getting in the Hall of Fame, but I think it was the last brother. He said he had this line. So the Von Erichs, for those of you who don't know, they were this wrestling family of brothers, but they got destroyed by Vice. But the last one living, he was giving a speech, and he said, I once had 3 brothers, and now I'm not even a brother, because they were all dead. It's very sad. Don't do drugs, kids. All right. It will F your life up. Patagonia has a new path. They can become a monarchy, search Kingdom of Arcana and Patagonia. Really? Is that just in Kaiserreich Redu, or is that in regular Kaiserreich? I'm gonna look this up. I don't know Argentinian history too well when they're not fighting, when they're not hiding Nazis or fighting Brazil. That's meme. Even though I've played Argentina a fair amount. GD thumbs. Yeah. Oh, Kingdom of Araucania. You know what would be a wild Mexico thing? Let's see. Kingdom of Arcana and Patagonia. It's an unrecognized state declared in 1860 by a French lawyer and adventurer. Oh, we got a crash! Whoa, what just happened? Whoa. Is the reason why WrestleMania 17 is the best because it was in Texas? Huge part of it. Huge part of it. By the way, Daniel, I'm guessing that you're a wrestling fan because you caught that reference. I actually recently went back and was catching a lot of great 2020 wrestling matches that I missed, and I saw the Walter versus oh shit, I'm blanking on his name. He was the Russian guy. He was the immigrant. Not Dijakovic, but the Russian guy. The one that was for the title in October. And that match was freaking insane. That was some alpha male shit, and it was awesome. Ilya Dragunov, that was it. Yeah. Ilya Dragunov. That was an amazing match. Walter is just a man out of time. He's just his style. It's so archaic, but in an amazing way. The ways that like his moveset is so simple. He just chops and he clotheslines and he power bombs, and you never know what's gonna pin somebody. There's a Vince Vaughn video with Trump. It's so dumb it makes me laugh. I have not heard of this. Let's see. Daniel says, if I remember, you are a New Japan kind of guy. Yes, I am. If I had to pick one company, it would be New Japan. But there's great wrestling all over. There's different tastes and stuff. Der Ring General. The champion of the United Kingdom who's actually Austrian. What a heel move. Okay, I'm trying to get Hearts of Iron 4 up and running, guys. Don't worry. I'm trying over here. That's why we're on the transition thing. Do I know Kevin and Ross Von Erichs, the sons of Kerry, the wrestlers in MLW? I don't know them very well. Am I a fan of AEW? You know what, Daniel? It's a long thing, and this is going to offend people, but I do not watch AEW except for Jon Moxley. And it's because I got a problem with Cody Rhodes. I also have a problem with the Young Bucks, but it's mostly Cody. I will not support his bullshit. That's the short answer. Now it is my understanding that there's some up and coming people in AEW, but there's enough great wrestling in the world that I don't feel bad about missing some AEW stuff. There's always more good stuff out there. But I do follow Jon Moxley. He was a favorite of mine when he was in the WWE. And, okay, cool, we're back. We're reloading. And he had an amazing run as champ. That was cool. Just freaking... It was like a legacy run. Kenny Omega? Okay, so Kenny Omega's good. But he's extremely overrated in my personal opinion. He has flaws, and he's somebody who kind of, I think, needs a short leash to kind of keep him in check. And then when he became the vice president of a brand new wrestling company, those checks went away. And he's been told he can do whatever he wants. It's kind of like Quentin Tarantino. And so I think it's severely reduced the quality of his work. Let's see. Frosted Donut says WWE's fake, bro. No, bro. Wrestling's real, bro. Why would millions of people watch it if it's not real? Let's see. AEW's good. A lot of people have their opinions. I just love wrestling. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like, you know, if something's good, I'll watch it. And, you know, like I said, there's a lot of talented people in AEW, but it's just a Cody Rhodes thing, man. I can't fucking stand that guy. But yeah, and I remember when AEW was getting up and running. And by the way, we're just killing time while we reload, guys. That's why I'm just babbling about wrestling. But I remember when AEW was getting up and running, and they announced that they signed SCU, you know, Christopher Daniels and them. I said, well, that's the fucking... I remember I said out loud, that's the fucking least that Cody Rhodes can do, because Christopher Daniels was making Cody Rhodes on the independent scene. He was having so many broomstick matches with Cody Rhodes where Christopher Daniels was just breaking his back carrying Cody. You know, throwing himself through burning tables and shit. What's wrong with Cody? Oh, his work rate sucks. He's really hypocritical. He's like an asshole in his personal life in many ways. He's lazy. There's just a lot. Like, as a businessman, you know, he's ambitious in that way. The guy has actually said recently that he wants to become a senator. I don't know if he meant state senator, but can you imagine? He wants to basically be in Congress. That's how I interpreted it. To which I say, please retire and run for office as quickly as possible so you can get out of the damn business. Oh yeah, that neck tattoo. Apparently he got that tattoo without telling his wife. Like, what the fuck? I like to troll AEW fans sometimes on the internet. When I post that, I'll post the picture of Cody with his, you know, bleached, you know, he's dyed his hair blonde. And I know that Cody's Hispanic. I know his mother's Cuban. But, like, you know, he does his hair blonde, and then he's got this, like, big old neck tattoo. And so I'll troll AEW fans online sometimes and say, how does it feel supporting a company run by a white supremacist? Yeah, Evelyn Gravett, I don't agree with that assessment of Cody. Well, it's a whole long thing. He really was pissing me off in New Japan and stuff. Man of Steel, is that a Soviet Superman? That is a terrific Superman comic, by the way. For those of you who haven't seen it, Red Sun, or never read it, Red Sun. I think you guys would really like it, even if you're not comic book readers. The concept is, what if Superman had landed on Earth... What do you call it? I think it was either 12 hours early or 12 hours later, but basically Superman lands in the Soviet Union, so he's raised as a communist instead of in Kansas. Yeah, the tank with the Texaco symbol. Here we go. Go to last autosave. Yeah. But it's very good, like, alternate comic history. It's just like a limited thing, so you don't have to read like dozens and dozens of comics in a row. But it's super fun. Batman shows up. There's a lot of like cameos from other freaking superheroes. Like probably one of the best ones is Green Lantern shows up in a cameo. And I remember when Injustice was coming out and they were like dropping DLCs and things like that and new skins. There was a skin for Green Lantern's Red Sun, because that's what it's called. It's called Red Sun. That's the name of the series. His Red Sun skin, and everybody was going, "Oh, hell yeah, Green Sun, Red Sun skin, it's awesome!" And then it went, "Oh, he actually still sucks though as a character," meaning in the game. Like people were a little disappointed with how well he played in Injustice. Yeah, let's see here. There can only be one Man of Steel. Well, yeah, that was the whole thing, because it's Superman and the Man of Steel, because Stalin's like his mentor, and Lex Luthor is in there, and then it's a super good, like, from beginning to end, it's fantastic, and you see a lot of interesting cameos, like Bizarro Superman, I think, shows up, if I remember correctly. You got the City in the Jar thing. Wonder Woman's a pretty major character. But it's good. It's good. Another great Superman story is Kingdom Come, of course, but that's more like a DC Universe thing, and it's primarily from Superman's point of view. Alright, we're done with that. Let's do the public elections and get LBJ in office, and then we'll call it a day. Let's also make a save file here, in case there's another crash. Covering state secrets in the save files. There was also another really good, like, I don't read as many comics as I did when I was younger. Hold on, Texas elections soon. But a friend of mine on New Year's Eve showed me a new Superman comic that came out recently, and it's the Superman that reads comics about the original Superman. It's like the super meta Earth timeline thing. And it was just really good, and it was one of those things where he was telling me how there were people going, and he was also considering it too, like they read this particular Superman comic, and they read that issue, and they said, "Guys, I think I'm not going to read comics anymore. I think I'm done." Because it was just like, whoa, that was so great, and the lesson at the end is like, I'm going to walk away from comics. And then I said, so it was one of the great, but like the story's not even over. It's not even the end of the thing. Can I check the Patagonia focuses of the monarchy? Sure. Do I like Deathstroke? Yeah, Deathstroke's cool. Lex Luthor? Never heard of them. You probably mean Alexandrov Luthorite. Well, that's interesting that you bring that up, because in Red Sun, Lex Luthor is still American. So he's still Superman's enemy, because Superman is in the Soviet Union. But then I guess you could argue that he's quote-unquote the good guy, because he's the American while Superman's a tool of the Soviet Union. Okay, let's move up to, I guess, early mobilization. Yeah, let's get that economy rolling. Am I a fan of Doctor Who? You know what? I've just never watched it. Never taken the time. Yeah. So this is not like really spoilers, it's more setup, but Lex Luthor swears to get revenge on Superman because, oh shoot, it's been a little while since I've read it, but I think if I remember correctly, there's a point where Superman and Lex Luthor just have like a friendly chess match, but then Superman beats him. And so Lex is like on the phone later, it's like, revenge, I will bring him down and kill him. Yeah. But Batman is Russian. And I think Batman gosh, it really has been years since I read Red Sun, so I hope I'm not getting any details wrong. But like, hey, we got a subscriber, Arion de la Tour. Thank you very much. Oh, 2 subscribers. Also, BTT of Monkeys and Gorillas also discovered. We had like 3 subscribers in a row. Very nice. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's where the fun begins. Freshman Representative Lyndon Baines Johnson has gained a large following in the months since Texas left the Union. He was originally a supporter of Long, who moved left to the bleeding Texas crisis. He has struck with supporters of Allred who want his policies to go further left. These policies, known as the New Deal, have become popular with Texans, though LBJ still has a small yet devoted amount of supporters. Out of character for a Texan. All right. In the movie, Batman is an anarchist who immolates himself. They did a Red Sun movie? What? I didn't hear about that. Let me look this up. Red Sun movie. I want to check that out. Because you know what? DC, yeah, they did. They did last year. Wow, that looks cool. Because here's the thing. DC just needs to stop trying to make these live action movies because they just suck. And they need to stick to their animated stuff because I cannot remember the last time I saw a bad DC animated movie from them. For example, here's a good one. Another like fun alternate history thing is Gotham by Gaslight. So Gotham by Gaslight is it's a Batman story, and the concept is Batman is in London while Jack the Ripper is running around. Yeah. The Killing Joke wasn't good. The animated one? Well, the animated one went in a different direction. Like, they had Batgirl have sex with Batman. That was very, very strange. But I'm talking about generally speaking. Their animated stuff is far superior. Flashpoint, the animated film, is very good. Although Wonder Woman's a little thin looking. But you know what? It's just because her chin is drawn a little weird. It's a little sharp. Who's Jack the Ripper? I don't know. I guess you have to watch and find out. But Flashpoint is good. Flashpoint is one of my favorite superhero stories. And again, we're just killing time while we're waiting for the election and stuff. So Flashpoint's very nice. Mask of the Phantasm, that was amazing. That was seen as so great, even in its own time. And I'm sure it's aged wonderfully. Red Sun is faithful, but it changes the ending, which changes the message. Ah, that's I don't know about that. You see, I'm usually somebody who says, well, the ending of a series or a book or a TV show or whatever, it doesn't have to destroy all of a series, but sometimes changing the endings can be very critical in what the message of that book or movie or TV show or whatever brand of art it is. It could really radically change it. So, for example, wait, how do I use an example that's not very spoilery? Oh, spoilers for a book that was written decades and decades and decades ago. Do I think the Canadians are going to intervene in the Civil War? I don't think so. I think Edward's too much of a biznitch. He changed his icon again. His portrait again. But like, okay, I'm not going to say what the differences in the endings are, but A Clockwork Orange is a book that, the original book has 21 chapters. When it was published in the United States, they only published the first 20 chapters because the editor said, well, Americans aren't going to like your ending. They'll like it if we ended on chapter 20 more. And then Anthony Burgess has said, look, I needed money. He said it would help it sell. So I said, sure, take the chapter out, which I regret. And the Stanley Kubrick version, the movie of A Clockwork Orange, is based off of the American book. I don't think that Stanley Kubrick knew about the original ending. So if you've only ever watched the movie of A Clockwork Orange, you've actually not seen the real ending of the story. And it's radically different. And I think Anthony Burgess was actually very upset about how people thought the Kubrick version was the real ending, and then I think he later, because Anthony Burgess was also he would write plays, and I think that he wrote one where there was a character called Stanley Kubrick in it, and he gets like horribly murdered. Okay, so we have the election of 1937. Let's actually go ahead and make a save file here in case I want to do a guide or something. Give me a second. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Texas, 1937 election. Okay. Apparently Kubrick did know the last chapter, but he hated it. Well, then I guess he deserved to get killed in that play or whatever. Having said that, Stanley Kubrick is one of my favorite directors ever. Definitely top 10. He's incredible. You know, he was working on a Napoleon film when he died. God, can you imagine how that would have been? election of 1937. Texas's recent declaration of independence has left some wanting a new governor, or president as they call it. There are three major parties, the Democrats, that have had control over Texas in recent years, the Texas Independence Party only barely holding on to power, and the Broad Progressive Party, a splinter faction of the Democrats. The Democrats are split in leadership between Wilbert Lee Pappy O'Daniel and former U.S. presidential nominee John Garner. So, we're going to go with LBJ. LBJ's progressives win. The broad progressives will become the ruling party. Public elections will then be held. So we're going to get Lyndon Baines Johnson, Sam Rayburn, Edgar Witt, and Lady Bird Johnson, all of which who are... was that God a reference to another Napoleon? Oh, maybe. Maybe not. That movie's great, by the way. But, yeah, a Kubrick-directed Napoleon movie. Who knows what that could have been. Because they did... I remember a few years ago, I watched the Napoleon series that was made, the one that has John Malkovich in it. I think I was halfway through the episode, and I just... the third episode, because it was like a mini-series. I don't remember how many... I want to say it was like 6 episodes? But I was halfway through the third one, and I just turned it off, because the whole thing was just an enormous hit piece on Napoleon, which I'm not going to say Napoleon was a perfect person. And anytime you're looking at a fictionalized historical account, you know, again, it could be a book, it could be a movie, whatever, there's going to be biases. But the whole damn film was just a non-stop Napoleon bash. Not the film, miniseries was just bash, 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 bash. And eventually I just went, I don't like this. I do not like this. I keep waiting for it to get good, and it's not. So I just turned away from it. So there we have it. Young Lyndon B. Johnson in charge in 1937. Johnson successfully campaigned in a special election for Texas's 10th congressional district that covered Austin and the surrounding hill country. He ran on a New Deal platform and was effectively aided by his wife, because she's the one who paid for his first campaign, because her family had money. He served in the House until Texas seceded from the Union. He became a strong advocate for social democracy. He is a man of iron will, a man of spirit, who is not above making deals with the devil. Fifth Crusade says, who's going to play me in the CHG Power Pick? Let's see. Barry Lyndon is still low, but just so good. Oh, Barry Lyndon's just, yeah, so good. Yeah, I should rewatch that. Anyway, so I'm Conquering History Games. We're going to pick up this live stream maybe tomorrow, maybe on the weekend. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm Conquering History Games, and, sorry. So within the next half hour, keep an eye out for it. First episode of a brand new series is going to go up. Thank you very much for everybody who donated in today's stream. The super chats were absolutely crazy. It wasn't just Jeebus Christ. Everybody else who did as well. Yeah, you all have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful evening.